Thank you for purchasing the Usha Janome Empress. We are sure you will be glad you chose this product and that it will reap years of satisfaction. Your new Usha Janome Empress is user-friendly and allows you to fashion professional quality creations that reflect your personality and taste. The Usha Empress is an intelligently designed, lightweight, zigzag sewing machine with a carrying handle. It integrates such advanced features as a color-coded functional display, single-touch reverse stitch button, snap-on presser foot, 2 dials for pattern and stitch length selection, and much more in a compact body. Usha Empress is a foot-operated sewing machine with a triple-strength stitch function. It also features 4-step buttonholing for easy functioning. The Usha Empress is a one-stop sewing device that allows you to create a variety of interesting sewing patterns with useful and effective accessories like zipper foot, rolled hem foot, over-edge foot, transparent buttonhole foot, and darning plate. Other accessories, which include bobbins, a set of needles, felt, and a small screwdriver, make the Usha Empress an irresistible and complete package. Sewing speed can be varied by the foot pedal. The faster you run the pedal, the faster the machine runs. The presser foot lifter raises and lowers the presser foot. One can raise it up to half a centimeter higher than the normal position. It is also quite easy to remove and attach the presser foot. Turn the hand wheel towards you to raise the needle to its highest position. Raise the presser foot. Press the lever on the back of the foot holder and the presser foot will drop off. To attach the presser foot, place it so that the pin on the foot lies just under the groove of the foot holder. Lower the foot holder to lock the foot in place. Raise the needle by turning the hand wheel towards you and lower the presser foot. Loosen the needle clamp screw by turning it counterclockwise and remove the needle from the clamp. Now insert the new needle into the clamp with the flat side away from you. Push it up as far as possible and tighten the clamp screw firmly with the screwdriver. Simply open the hook cover. Raise the needle by turning the hand wheel towards you and take the bobbin case by holding the latch. To insert the bobbin case, place the horn into the recess of the hook race. Turn the stop motion screw towards you. Place a spool of thread on the spool pin. Draw thread from the spool and guide it around the bobbin winder thread guide. Now insert the thread through the hole in the bobbin from the inside to the outside and put the bobbin on the bobbin winder spindle. Push it to the right. Now hold the free end of the thread and treadle the pedal. Stop the machine as the thread makes a few turns and cut the thread close to the bobbin hole. Treadle the pedal again to fully wind the bobbin. Now push the bobbin winder towards the left and cut the thread. Tighten the stop motion screw. Place the bobbin into the bobbin case. In the clockwise direction, pull the thread under the tension spring and finally into the delivery eye. Leave a few inches of free thread. Raise the take-up lever to its highest position by turning the hand wheel towards you. Raise the presser foot and place a thread spool on the pin. Now draw the thread into the thread guide, then draw it down into the tension area and finally around the check spring holder. Through the take-up lever from right to left, draw the thread down into the lower thread guide and then into the needle bar thread guide on the left. Thread the needle eye from front to back. Raise the presser foot and hold the needle thread lightly with your hand. Turn the hand wheel slowly towards you until the needle goes down and the take-up lever is at its highest position. Lightly drop the needle thread so that it forms a loop in the bobbin thread. Pull back both threads up to 6 inches and place them under the presser foot. The thread tension is adjusted depending on the sewing material, layers of fabric and the sewing method. When the thread tension is too tight, loosen it by moving the thread tension dial to a lower number. Conversely, the dial must be moved to a higher number to increase the tension in case it is too loose. Turn the adjusting screw to the left to loosen or to the right to tighten the tension. The Usha Empress comes with a special pattern selector dial which helps you to select the choice of your stitching style from the various given pattern choices. Use the stitch length dial to set the desired stitch length. The higher the number, the longer the stitch length is. The reverse stitch button helps you to perform a reverse stitch. That is, the machine sews backwards as long as it is kept depressed. Seam guide line refers to the numbers on the needle plate that indicate the distance between the center needle position and the line. The numbers provided in the front are in units of millimeters, while the numbers at the back are fractions of an inch. Darning plate can be easily placed on the machine. Raise the needle and the presser foot. Position the darning plate in line with the 3 pins on the holes. Now, fit the plate pins into the needle plate holes. With the help of Empress, one can create myriad stitching styles. So let's get ready to sew with your Usha Janome Empress and unleash your creativity. Point the pattern selection dial at B or C. Keep the stitch length from 1.5 to 4 and set the thread tension from 2 to 6. Set up the machine with zigzag foot. Place the fabric under the foot and begin to stitch. To fasten the stitch, press the reverse stitch button and sew some stitches. Point the stitch selection dial at B or C. Keep the stitch length from 1.5 to 4 and set the thread tension from 2 to 6. Set up the machine with zigzag foot. Place the fabric under the presser foot and begin to stitch. Stop stitching at the corner of the fabric. Lower the needle and raise the presser foot. Now turn the fabric counterclockwise 90 degrees. Lower the presser foot and start stitching in the new direction. Point the pattern selection dial at C. Keep the stitch length from 0.5 to 4 and set the thread tension from 2 to 5. Set up the machine with zigzag foot. Place the fabric under the foot and begin to stitch. Point the pattern selection dial at B. Keep the stitch length at SS and set the thread tension from 2 to 6. Set up the machine with zigzag foot. Place the fabric under the foot and begin to stitch. Triple strength straight stitch is sewn with 2 stitches forward and 1 stitch backward, forming a seam that does not rip easily. Point the pattern selection dial at A. Keep the stitch length at the buttonhole length and set the thread tension from 1 to 5. Set up the machine with buttonhole foot. Place the fabric under the foot and mark the buttonhole length. Begin to sew forward till the first mark. Now set the stitch selector to the second step and sew till the second mark. Similarly, fasten the left and right stitches of the buttonhole with the third and fourth step of the buttonholing respectively. Remove the fabric and cut the opening. Point the pattern selection dial at C. Set the thread tension from 3 to 7. Set up the machine with zigzag foot and the darning plate. Place the fabric under the foot and tape the button over the placement mark. Now select pattern C to align both holes of the button with the slot of the foot. Sew about a few stitches and your button is ready. Point the pattern selection dial at B. Keep the stitch length at 2 and set the thread tension from 3 to 6. Set up the machine with the zipper foot. Pin or baste the zipper tape to the fabric and place it under the foot. Guide the edge of the zipper along the zipper teeth and stitch through the garment along with the zipper tape. Turn the fabric and sew the other side in the same way. Lock the zipper by sewing a bar tag and your zipper is ready. Point the pattern selection dial at B. Keep the stitch length from 1.5 to 4 and set the thread tension from 2 to 6. Set up the machine with the rolled hem foot. Place the fabric under the foot and begin to sew by lifting up the edge of the fabric into the curl of the foot. You can see a rolled hem perfected to finish. Point the pattern selection dial at C. Keep the stitch length at SS and set the thread tension from 1 to 4. Set up the machine with zigzag foot. Place the fabric under the foot and begin to stitch. Similarly, point the pattern selector at D and start stitching. You can see beautiful stretch stitch patterns created with Usha Janome Empress. Raise the needle to its highest position, open the hook cover and lift the machine. Now open the hinged latch of the bobbin case and take it out. Open the hook race ring holders and remove the hook race ring. Now remove the hook. Clean the hook race with a brush and a soft dry cloth. To reassemble the hook race unit, hold the hook by the center pin and fit it back carefully into the hook race. Attach the hook race ring. Lock the hook race ring by turning the holders back into position and insert the bobbin case. Remove the needle and the presser foot. Also, remove the needle plate set screw and the needle plate. Clean out any dust and lint clogging the feed dog teeth with a brush. Reset the needle plate.